week ago, but yeah, the NBA is doing really, really bad right now. It's hard to tell if you're not looking at ratings and stuff. If you're just watching as a fan and you still watch, because you're seeing players are making more money than they've ever made, and TV deals are bigger than they've ever been, and so the league is more profitable than it's ever been. But it's also probably more unwatchable than it's ever been. Also, like it's legitimately like four or five fun watch teams in the NBA. The rest of the 32 teams are just sitting around shooting threes. One of the teams happens to be the champions, the Boston Celtics. The Celtics are a great team, but they are at times it's not the most exciting thing to watch. They had a game a couple weeks ago. They shot 63 three-pointers. 63. I'm like, come on. Like, when you got guys off the bench on the ninth and third guy in the rotation, like Peyton Pritchard and Sam Hauser jacking up 9 and 10 threes, this is getting out of control. And it's not fun to watch. And sadly, it's happening in high school. You're seeing it at AAU. This is the next generation of basketball if they don't fix it. And it's not entertaining. Like last week, the Duke Kansas game, and mind you, this is a college basketball with there's no star power. And Duke versus Kansas went against a game, an NBA game on ESPN. I think it was the Suns and the Lakers or something. It smashed it. They had like 2-something million views, and the Suns Lakers barely had a million. Like at this point, the Caitlin Clark WNBA games are more popular. It's bad when the amateur pro, like the amateurs, the college games are getting more ratings than the NBA's right now. And they thought that the LeBron Bronny thing was gonna like bring more viewers. They thought it would translate to the NBA the way Dion and his son did with Colorado. You saw how that turned that whole program around. The ratings speak for itself. It's been must-see TV for 2 years. They thought they would get that same rub. It has not worked that way. The Bronny is everything but but everyone thought he was going to be. He's definitely a 55th round pick, 55th pick in the second round. That's what he plays like. It's not working for the NBA. It's not boosting the Lakers' interest at all, right? They know the regular season is completely obsolete. No one pays attention. They come up with this in-season tournament that no one asked for. The NBA Cup. It's like, bro, just cut the regular season. I just saw a story. Joel Embiid is going to be out again tonight for the worst. The Sixers are like 3-15. They stink, right? He doesn't take the league serious. This is a guy who was an MVP candidate for a few years, right? They had an investigation on him about the whole load management things. He's only played in four games this year. Like this is this is a legitimate superstar. Like load management. These are like load management, too long of a season. These are like the issues or the complaints that Adam Silver, the commissioner, continues to ignore because they're having so much money. They're making so much money. He don't care. He knows the fans don't like the dunk contest anymore. He hears our complaints about the All-Star weekend. He hears our complaints about load management. They don't care because they're making so much money. Until their pockets are affected, the NBA is not going to adjust to any of these complaints. They do not care. They care more about the players and how they feel. The players are basically telling you they don't value the regular season no more. They'll find any excuse to take a night off. Meanwhile, fans are buying money top dollar to see players backups that they don't want to see. They want to see the stars. So, I mean, these are issues, but they don't care because they're still seeing all this cash. So, unfortunately, I don't know when they're going to start addressing issues because they're looking at the final thought, and it's really just the money. And that's sad because they could care less about the value of the game because these games are not fun to watch at all. Like I said, and I'm not just saying that because I root for the Mavs. The Mavs are fun to watch because you got two great ball handlers in Kyrie and Luka, Lob City, all of that with Lively and Gafford. They're fun to watch. The Knicks are fun to watch when they're on. The Rockets are okay. Orlando's got a pretty fun team. In Cleveland with Donovan Mitchell. That's about it, bro. A lot of these teams just stand around and shoot threes. That's 5 teams. A lot of these teams are not fun to watch at all. It's stand around, shoot, and no mid-range shots. Nobody slashing to the rim like that. It's just like, damn. What happened to the versatility? If a player went 1 for 7 from the 3 point line, they could still get 30 if they knew how to do other things to get points. They didn't just sit around and rely on the threes. A lot of these stars today, if they're not hitting their threes, they just can't. They have an off night. They're obsolete out there. I'm like, yo, that's the I would limit the threes. Like, let's limit it to 30 to 35 3 point attempts a game. All of this, Joe Mazzulla saying the Celtics shoot 43s a game, and that's too much, man. Y'all are doing too much. This is not entertaining to watch. Read the room. But no one cares when their pockets are still. You think Joel Embiid cares? He hears the criticism. Half the people in Philly want him out of town. He don't care. He cashing them checks, man. And they're so bold. They get on these podcasts and they talk. They don't care. So that if you wonder why there's no outrage, or ESPN's not going to talk about the ratings, like, as long as the NBA is bringing in money and somehow they're still packing these arenas, attendance still looks good. It still looks good on TV. Now, the crowds don't look as into it as far as issues. I don't think there's any real rivalries in the NBA right now. What's the hottest rivalry in basketball right now? I'll wait, because I can't even think of one off the top of my head. So many of these players go from team to team. A lot of these guys like each other. It's not the same kind of rivalries you used to have that really made the league fun to watch. Politically, they turned a lot of people off. A lot of white people got tired of being reminded about racism. You got, God bless Breonna Taylor and what happened to her. But and when I'm watching a basketball game, I don't need to see her name and people's names that got killed by cops on the basketball court. Like, they do too much, man. You know what I mean? They go too extreme, and just the refs. That's another thing. Especially with the sports gambling thing. You can't help but to think maybe some of these refs have parlays. It's a lot of different issues with the NBA right now, but they're not addressing anything because, like I say, they just got a new TV deal with Peacock and Prime, right? And they're steps behind the NFL. The NFL saw this coming years ago. They got with Thursday night NBA Prime. They got with Peacock like 5 years ago. The NBA is just now starting to get on streaming, so they're behind in the times. And I hear all the excuses. Well, you got League Pass, it's expensive, and YouTube TV. Look, people find ways to watch product if it's good. The NFL cornered the market. They're on Netflix, Peacock, Prime, NBC, Fox. People still find ways to watch these games. They had a Thursday night. They had a Black Friday game that I had no idea about. I got home from work. It was on Prime. The Chiefs and the Raiders. Like, they are cornering the market. And now they've stolen Christmas from the NBA. That used to be their thing. And they got some good games, look like on paper, but no one's even talking about it. Everyone's talking about this Chiefs-Steelers game, which is going to probably be the biggest game of the year. And Beyonce's performing. So Jay got Beyonce out there. How many people are going to be watching that as opposed to whatever NBA game is on that night? Like, they just took the whole Christmas thing away from them. It used to be the NFL did Thanksgiving. The NBA, that was their time, Christmas. You got your lineup games from like 12 to like all the way night. You get like 5 games. It's still on, but it's not carrying no interest like that. They ain't bringing Beyonce out there. That's for damn sure. You know what I mean? It's sad to see that they just let everything just go to shit, and all they care about is the dollar. Meanwhile, the NFL is and the NFL product isn't great this year, but with gambling and the parlays, it's keeping it alive, and they know how to market their product either way, and people are gonna watch. Like I said, the NBA. Be honest, the average casual person who watches, no one cares about basketball in wintertime. November, October, December basketball is kind of irrelevant. Most casual people don't start checking out basketball until like January, February. Then you have March Madness kicks in. That's when people start getting like basketball fever. So that's why I say I wouldn't even start the season until like Christmas. That's when I remember when they had the lockout in 2011. They started it on Christmas Day. That was dope. That was a Christmas gift. Start of basketball. Give it some urgency. You don't need a whole school year long schedule of games. The fans aren't interested. Clearly, they still watch the playoffs. The playoff ratings are good. The regular season, no one cares. And the players don't even care. So read the room. and do something about it. But until then, I mean, they're falling apart. Like I say, when college basketball is dominating the ratings, that's bad, man. Like the amateurs is more people are interested in that right now than the league, and yeah, I don't see it changing no time soon because they don't care about nothing but the dollar. But let me know what y'all think. If y'all enjoy the NBA still, or if y'all think it could be fixed in the comments. I'm out.